Okay guys, so when it comes to concealer, I actually like to use foundation first because using a little bit of foundation goes in and covers up most of the imperfections, and then concealer is a concentrate, so that kind of goes in and cleans up all the rest of the imperfections. I personally don't believe or don't necessarily feel like foundation has to cover everything because I use foundation and concealer. So first thing first, I'm going to go in and do one light coat of foundation. The foundation I'll be using is my custom mix of Revlon, and this is their Color Stay foundation. I absolutely love this. I have a whole review, and so does like every other guru in the world. It's a great foundation. Basically mixed in my mix, I have mahogany, cappuccino, and caramel. Okay, and I will have a video coming up with more information about that. But I'm going to take a little bit of that foundation combined with some of my facial moisturizer, which is a Rock foundation. I will have the link below. Mix them together and do one nice coat over my face, and then we're going to go in with concealer. When you apply your foundation and concealer this way, not only do you use less product, but generally I find that I get a better wear from my foundation and concealer. I think applying concealer first kind of may tempt you to want to apply a lot more than you would need. And I'm just working from the back of my hand. I have some foundation mixed with a little bit of my facial moisturizer. Okay, so I really love this foundation because not only does it give a really good coverage, but my face still looks really natural, and you can see those little dewy shimmers in it. Some of you guys hate that. Somebody wrote a comment that was like, "Ew, Revlon uses glitter in their foundation." I love the effects it gives, but as you can see, it's kind of reflecting. It looks great. Some people would like to stop here. I'm going to zoom you in so you can see my imperfections up close and personal. I'm going to show you an array of drugstore concealers and show you how they work on different parts of my face. The first one I have here is from CoverGirl Clean Collection, and the color of this one is called Light Claro. And this is more of a light consistency, a more fluid consistency. So I like to use these under my eye area because I don't generally need a lot of coverage. And this is also a great consistency to use for highlighting because it's not too heavy or too thick. So when I apply these, I like to use my finger or a sponge because they're so light. Sometimes a finger is best because it blends right in, and a sponge may absorb too much of your product. So I like to use it and just go in and pat it out. And as you can see, it's doing, you know, some light coverage. I honestly feel like a lot of the times drugstore concealers just need a little bit more pigment. But this one blends right out really nicely, and it gives you a nice light to medium coverage, and it is blendable. The next concealer I'll be showing is from Maybelline, and this is the Fit Me. This one is in 30 Cafe, and what I actually want to do is just show you right in the same area of my face as a highlighter. Now if you're darker skin such as myself and you like more of a neutral but still on the warm side of the color spectrum for your highlighter, this is a really great one. This one has a medium thickness. It's a little bit thicker than the CoverGirl, but it's still a lot lighter than a cream concealer, and it's even a little bit lighter than some foundations. And you can see the effect that that has in that area of my face. So it's just kind of highlighting that area, and you can even cover blemishes with it. I like using this concealer more in the center of my face because it's a little bit lighter, you know, and I like the consistency of it. It's not too heavy, and it does cover. As you can see, it covered the blemish right here. Next up I have the L'Oreal True Match, and this is in N678, and it's medium deep. And I like this concealer. I like the consistency. I wish they would make these a little bit darker, and we'd be good to go. So I like to use these under my brow as a highlight. You know, I have a use for all of my makeup products, and I just want to show you. It's a little bit lighter than I would like for it to be for any other area of my face. So you can definitely use that under your eyebrows. I thought that I would just demonstrate that really fast. You can also use it in your highlighting, down the bridge of your nose, and for a few other things depending on what you're looking for a concealer for. I think you can find several different uses for them. Final one I want to show you from the drugstore is the L'Oreal True Match, and this is their new crayon, and this is also in N678, and I'm going to show you under my eyes. I like the consistency of this one, especially if you're looking for more coverage in your concealer from the drugstore. I wish this had a little bit more of a pigment to it. As you can see, my nails look horrible, but I really wanted to get on with this video, and if I would have concentrated on that, I would have lost all my motivation to make this video. But as you can see, that concealer has a nice coverage, but like I said, it just needs a little bit more pigment, I think, a little bit more. It's actually a neutral color, so it's kind of hard for me to say that, but even the warm one that I have, that's 678, no, I have neutral 678 and I have cool 678. I don't think I have warm 678, but I feel as though it's a little pale and it just needs a little bit more pigmentation for my skin tone and for the skin tone range that they're aiming for. But one thing I do like to use these concealers for is down the bridge of my nose, also underneath my brow bone, and then if you're doing your regular foundation and you want to do a highlight down your face, I like to do that as well. I have a drugstore correction palette, as you can see here. I will actually also have linked somewhere in the video and in the bottom bar a whole lot of color correcting videos and a whole bunch of drugstore ones in particular. Also probably a blog post. The reason I show you guys this is because I believe that color correcting is the only way to properly color correct or cover a mustache area situation. It's so annoying. It usually has to do with hormones and a whole bunch of other stuff, but look, this is how you cover it basically. Using these peachy concealers here, this is actually from Napoleon Paradis, and I purchased this from Target. This is one of my favorite color correcting palettes from the drugstore. So I just like to go in and place it over the area basically of your face that's missing pigmentation. Not only does this work really well in your muzzle area, but it's also really great under the eyes.
Duty is the sublimest word in our language. Do your duty in all things. Do not overlook. You should never wish bad cats.
Gonna go in with a bit more foundation and now cover that. Now I'm going in with more of the yellow tone peach, and I'm going to under eye highlight while also helping to conceal whatever I have left under my eyes if you choose to. This is an optional step. This is just showing you how to use what's available to you in the drugstore.
Duty is the sublimest word in our language. Do your duty in all things. Do not overlook. You should never wish bad cats.
Okay, and now that I've done my concealing, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of foundation and just go in with my sponge and completely blend out everything. It also helps to take off a little bit of excess product, really helps to make my products really mesh with my skin and not just sit on top. Okay, and basically what I wanted you to get from this tutorial is that there are many different foundations and drugstore concealers and different things available to you, and learning how to use them, make them work better for you is great. You know, some concealers in the drugstore are not really great for on your face. Some are great for under your eyes, some are great for blemishes, some are great for covering discoloration, some are great for bags and just blemishes. And I have one more concealer I actually really want to show you really fast. This is a great thicker consistency concealer, It's CoverGirl and Olay, and I also like to use it kind of as a highlighting concealer, just to show you around my mouth. Even though I covered my mustache, if I wanted to further highlight that area, I could. And this really just gives the face a lifted and youthful appearance, as you can see, just highlighting around your face and mouth. And then I take my sponge and completely blend it in and blend it out. And you wouldn't think that you could achieve a face that looks like this with all drugstore products, and you can. You really, really can. Get the products, figure out how they work for you best, and then you can really do a really great face. And also learning how to work with products and make them work well together, like blending foundations if you have to, using a cream concealer and a liquid concealer, and then a medium density concealer to kind of get the look you're looking for. The next step I like to do, which is also optional, this is kind of like a bonus, I actually planned on the video to have ended already. I like to go in with my CoverGirl bronzer, and I just like to swirl and bronze and contour my face before I set my foundation, because it's gonna oxidize with the foundation and the bronzer together. It's gonna get a little deeper than it normally would be. And I don't like to apply too much, but I like to get my bronze on, as you can see, along the sides and edges of my face. Sorry about that. Really love to go in along the sides and really give it a good bronzing. And since I only used one coat of foundation and several different, well, probably like 2 coats of medium built foundation and concealer, my face is pretty light and it looks really nice. And then you can add, of course, like a glowy bronzer. This is from Milani. This is their Golden. I'm gonna take it and sweep it across the top and just sweep it on my apples and fade out. Sweep it along my eyelids, down the bridge of my nose, chin. If you like that really kind of celebrity look of under eye highlight, then you're gonna also want to set your under eye highlight with a brighter powder. I mean, you don't have to, but I mean that's kind of the point, So I'm gonna go in with my tan, and this is from Neutrogena. You can also use like any foundation that's a powder that's a little bit lighter than your skin. And some people even make special under eye highlighting powder, such as Ben Nye. But I'm just going to use this one. I'm going to use it with a fluffy brush from Sigma. I will have information about that on the screen somewhere, I'm sure. And I just like to go in and set it back and forth. I like to look up and pull my face when I'm setting my under eye. I learned this from Sam Fine, and I do this to make sure to get powder all in my eye and in the crevices. So you set it and then the powder and the cream don't start fighting. So you can pull your face, or you can kind of go like this, or you can go like that. Okay, I'm going to use this to set the center of my forehead as well. Down my nose. My chin and around my mouth. For the rest of my face, I'm going to go in with my NYC, my Old Faithful Smooth Skin. And I'm actually hitting pan on this. I actually had a few empties of this. And I didn't save it, but I love this. See, I use it in a downward motion the same way you would with a sponge. And I just make sure to get all the bits that get oily. Okay. This video. Comment your favorite below, or one that I may have missed that I should have mentioned. Comment that in the comments. Okay guys, so there are a million concealers out there that I know that I missed. Some that deserve a mention are Iman, Black Opal, Black Radiance. I actually have one here from Black Opal, and this is in Carob. And I actually usually use this to contour, but please mention your favorite concealer in the comments below for your chance to win your favorite concealer, and I will mention that next week. Okay, and I also had a winner for the Milani lipstick, and if you want to know who won, because the girl didn't even contact me yet, and I should disqualify her, but I mean, this is something new to my channel, and I have like a brush hair in my eye. This is something new to my channel, so go check out that my last Makeup Monday video to see who won, and then make sure to stay tuned next Monday to see if you win. And I'm gonna get out of here. As always, guys, I want to thank you so much for your support. Thank you for commenting, rating, and subscribing. I'll be in touch, and hopefully you'll do the same. Bye, guys.
You should never wish.